Hey guys, welcome back to the Buzz Weaver channel, and today we have an extraordinary article here that combines a lot of what we talk about in one particular article. So let's get started. From Reclaim the Net, Levi's brand president Jennifer Say is ousted over comments against COVID restrictions. Say says she was offered $1 million payout to stay quiet. On Monday, former American gymnast Jennifer Say revealed that Levi's had fired her for speaking out online against COVID restrictions in schools. She revealed her termination in a letter to the Common Sense channel on Substack run by Barry Weiss. Say represented the USA as a gymnast in the 1986 Goodwill Games in Russia. Soon after, she got a job at Levi's, where she worked for more than 2 decades. She was fired earlier this year because of being vocal against COVID restrictions in schools. And so we're going to jump down to another section here. Anonymous trolls on Twitter, some with nearly 500,000 followers, said people should boycott Levi's until I've been fired, Say wrote. So did some of my old Gymnast fans. They called the company ethics hotline and sent emails. All along, she was being pressured by the company to stop speaking about school closures and mask mandates. In November, she stopped speaking out because the company CEO, Charles Berg, told her she was on track to become the next CEO. However, Berg later told her that it was untenable for her to remain in the company. She was offered $1 million so she would stay silent about why she was fired, but she declined the offer. So here we have a combination of things that we talk about here on the channel. First, we have a prominent individual who was a former Olympian, which has its own level of prestige, just like we saw with the former swimmer who was part of the Capitol 6 riot. So here we have Jennifer Say, who's been with the Levi company for over 2 decades. And of course, they kind of strung her along. They wanted her to comply. They wanted her to be part of the narrative. They wanted her to be quiet, be silent, do as you're told, keep your head down, and let's keep this narrative going because, of course, the establishment, which was organized together with all of these different corporations and a cabal, as Lucy Ball says in her article, that they all worked together to ensure that the election had a particular outcome. And this is what they do. So first, she says here that anonymous trolls on Twitter with over 500,000 followers, a lot of those are probably bots. But the idea here is that they go after individuals. See, they use ethic hotlines and they send emails. They did the same thing to Enrique Tarrio of the Proud Boys, right? They went after his bank account and got him kicked off out of his bank account. Now, I don't remember whether it was Wells Fargo or Chase, one of the two, or one of the institutions he belongs to. And the same thing with Laura Lomer. Now, Laura Lomer, it was Western Union, where these individuals just badger and badger ethics lines, emails, and or just do regular posts on Twitter to include the businesses and organizations to get these people fired. And then it went so far as to suggest that Charles Berg was going to offer her the position of CEO, another maneuver to keep her quiet, to keep her on the narrative, to keep her on the straight and narrow. And then, of course, he said it was untenable for her to remain with the company, even though she was offered $1 million so that she would stay silent about why she was fired, but she declined to offer. So here's a combination of several things, of course, that we talk about. This should be no mystery to anyone that this is continuing to happen because, of course, the narrative is kind of falling apart for Joe Biden. His approval rating is tanking. Everyone can see what the Democrats are trying to explain away or deny, and they just can't keep it up. I would argue that probably one of the best things that's happening for Joe Biden right now is the incident over in Ukraine and with Russia. This allows Joe to have a little bit of a distraction from all of the negativity that he's generated. Okay, this isn't something that the media has generated for him. Joe Biden has brought this on himself by virtue of the establishment. And here we see the establishment being part of the Levi's brand, of course, trying to oust out Jennifer Say here because she would not keep quiet over something quite innocuous, over something a regular American would be talking about on social media, right? Just a general, her opinion on what she feels. She even moved. In the article, it mentions that she had moved from California to Denver, Colorado, said that her youngest kid could attend in person school. So she's making decisions. She's making choices that are going to suit her needs, and talking about them should be of no particular problem here in the United States. Except that, of course, when you're part of a corporation or you're part of a business, or even if you have levels of prestige like she does as an Olympian, then, of course, these are going to carry its own levels of concern for individuals like her who want to speak out. But it is yet another sense of suppression and organized censorship, as it were, because if they can organize to win an election, they can organize to shut people down just as easily. And so that's exactly what happened with Jennifer Say. And I also wanted to mention to you from Liz Willis here on Twitter, Truth Social beta has dropped and President Trump is active on his own account. The world is healing. And Donald Trump here says, 45th President of the United States of America, get ready. Your favorite president will see you soon. Now, I've not gotten my letter to get on board because I think to get into the beta and others, you have to be a donor. So if those who wanted to participate and be part of the beta to get in that door early, which I normally like to do when it comes to gaming and other things, I like to get in as quickly as I can. So the social media platform by President Trump, Truth Social, is now in beta, so there's people that are going to be probably active on it, probably a small group of individuals as they continue to test, but you can rest assured that, of course, the left and the mainstream media and detractors will all be trying to find ways to make Trump look bad and the social media platform look bad by sending in their own trolls, as we read from Jennifer Say's article. They'll have their own trolls there. They'll have their own bots. They will say and do things, and then they'll take screenshots, and then they'll feed those to the mainstream media and say, look, there's right-wing radicals on Truth Social. Or they'll have even pornography or just other things just to be in a big, huge smear tactic against the president as he creates his new platform. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments if you have already signed up for Truth Social. You can, here, let me just go to it real quick here for you guys. Amongst my myriad of information that I have here on my channel, or of course to bring you guys the best information. Of course, I have to do all the research. Here's Truth Social. I'll link it for you down in the published section below this video, where you can also find the various social medias that I belong to. And it's going to be interesting to see how Truth Social actually works out, because it can be very busy. It can be very challenging to keep up with all the various social medias. And I'm sure if you guys do follow me on Twitter, for example, I'm sure you guys probably know that it can be quite interesting to try to keep up with all the different platforms that I belong to. And I would never ask you guys to try to follow me on every single platform. I know it isn't very practical. But I am very grateful for all those on Rumble, on Odyssey, and BitChute, the new tech sites. Your guys' support has been absolutely amazing. And, this year, 2022, is why I'm saying make sure you like the video, make sure you comment. We're going to show YouTube and all the normies that conservative talk is accepted on YouTube, because if everyone were to leave YouTube, then the left would have their complete echo chamber completed, and then people would not be able to get information and news as the way I deliver it in a common sense, comprehensive way, make the difficult and the confusing much simpler. So that's our news for today on this Tuesday, February the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day. So that is all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys, of course, for your continued support, and I will see you in the next video.